Hello, welcome to my channel. In this video I want to discuss with you the book named You Can Draw in 30 Days by Kistler. It claims that you will learn to draw whatever you want via lessons in a month. Let's see what the result will be. The book contains 30 lessons. You should spend at least 20 minutes on them. Lessons begin with simple figures with a growing difficulty. You start by drawing a circle and end by drawing a person. Before you begin your lessons, you need to complete a pre-assignment. It consists of drawing a house, an airplane, and a donut. This assignment is necessary for us to see where we stand at the beginning of our study. When the book is finished, we will be able to assess progress. After completing the test, I got these results. First of all, I'm going to show you the lessons in this book and the result of doing them. The first task was to draw a sphere. The practice was not just to draw a circle, but to set the light and to work with the light and shadow. Here it's proposed to move on to a more difficult task and to practice detecting light and shadow on a real object. But it's necessary to choose any spherical object and work with the elaboration of shadows and light in real life. The second lesson extends the skills learned in the first. It's devoted to working with crossed spheres and arranging shadows and lights on them. As a complication, it's suggested again to draw from life. The third lesson is to draw multiple crossed spheres. First similar and then different sizes and locations. It's suggested to try to give texture to the spheres, to create holes in them. The fourth lesson is to draw a cube. This lesson gives the first knowledge of perspective. We also use the light-shadow knowledge of previous assignments. Additional tasks use the knowledge of crossed figures. The next task is to draw hollow cubes. This expands the knowledge of perspective and light and shadow. The sixth lesson is to overlap the figures. Starting with simple folded rectangles, we move on to complex fictional construction. The next lesson is the construction of a table of different figures. The next task brings us back to working with spheres. But now the spheres make up a koala. First we learn how to draw it from simple shapes, and then we are invited to make a more realistic drawing. In lesson 9 we are asked to draw objects close to ellipses. First we draw the ball, then the flag, and finally the roses. In lesson 10 we move on to drawing cylinders. There is the same old pattern here. Light setting, overlapping figures, and drawing from life. Lesson 11, therefore, consists of drawing a large number of crossed cylinders with challenging elements. In lesson 12, we are taught to apply the knowledge gained from drawing cubes to drawing houses. In the next lesson, as with the simple shapes, we draw a more complicated construction of a house. In lesson 14, we expand our knowledge of working with ellipses and drawing lilies. A more extended lesson on drawing with ellipses number 15. We are asked to draw a pipe in various ways and make a man out of it. The 16th lesson includes a complex of knowledge. It asks us to draw a wave and a small trail. Lesson 17 continues to refine the skills that we learned in the other lessons. On it you need to draw a developing flag. Task 18 consists of drawing a scroll in different variations. Lesson 19 consists of drawing pyramids. Lesson 20 is to draw circles in perspective by drawing craters and cups. Lesson 21 teaches us how to apply what we have learned to drawing trees. In Lesson 22, we are taught to draw a frontal perspective. We are asked to draw a room with a one-point perspective. The next lesson reinforces knowledge by drawing a frontal perspective of the city. In Lesson 24, we are taught a two-point perspective. We are asked to draw a tower in angular perspective. The 26th lesson is an advanced version of previous ones. As part of this assignment, you must draw a city in angular perspective. Lesson 27 concludes the work with the two-point perspective. As part of it, we are taught to draw three-dimensional inscriptions in perspective. The last three lessons are most difficult. First, we are taught how to draw a person's face. In Lesson 29, we learn how to draw different human eyes. In the last lesson, we invited to apply all the knowledge we have to gain to draw in our own hand. In general, the book is written in a simple, fun way. The tasks in the book are not difficult. They can be done by anyone. Tasks are formulated in such a way that you don't get bored while drawing simple spheres and cubes. They are interesting and open to expressing your creativity. As a result of doing the tasks, you learn some skills. This book teaches the basic concepts of one-point perspective and two-point perspective. It helps you understand how to place objects in an image to represent the dimensions. With this book, you can gain knowledge of how to draw light and shadow on an object. You will learn such concepts as shadow, half shadow, fallen shadow, contour lines, and overlaps. In this way, you gain knowledge of the basic principles of drawing. To summarize, we can say that the result of working with the book is found. First of all, you get the basic knowledge of drawing. In general, they are superficial, but at the initial stage they are sufficient. With them you gain a greater understanding of how to draw objects, what you have to do, what you have to think about in the process. However, by doing the tasks of this book, you won't learn how to draw, but you will definitely become better at it. Together with this book, you will get into the habit of drawing every day, and you will understand what you need to work on in order to reach the level you need in drawing. So I recommend this book to you if you want to achieve these results. And you can compare my drawings before and after the tasks in the book. The drawings were made without references. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful to you. I would be happy if you subscribe to my channel, like this video and write a comment saying what you think about this book and my results. Have a good day and farewell.